we had to take our official Confederate break. So, yeah, and then on this special edition of Disgruntled Thursday, we're gonna talk about incompetent car washes. Why don't
Oh
we go
my
into
God.
that one?
Oh
Yeah.
no, no, please let's change the subject. That's a
Okay.
bad subject.
It puts a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh man,
So,
not good.
so you've been keeping track of what's been going on, Dean. Anything new from the Oblamer administration today?
I think Dave. I'm turning everything off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live primitively, so to speak, for about 30 days here. So last I saw is Occupy Wall Street is back. I'm totally disgusted with what's going on in Syria. Serious, Jesus Christ, I can't talk right.
Yeah, it's like
And Israel, that's another story.
Yeah.
That's if they go at it, which it wouldn't bother me if they did, but for the most part, I believe, and you can believe whatever you want,
Yeah.
but I believe that will be the start of World War III.
Oh, absolutely. It's even prophesied in Scripture that that's what's going to trigger World War
Yeah.
III. But, that's what happens when you back a race of people into a corner that are just trying to exist and you want to kill them. Of course they're going to hit you with nukes or whatever they can to keep you off of them. That's self-defense. It's self-preservation.
We should have technically we should have lost a nuke to the old Soviet Union
Yeah.
that had a button that they didn't know what it was, or had some sort of device to where upon us pushing a button that it explodes prior to launch.
Yeah.
And if they would have copied that technology, and then that technology would have gone everywhere else, then of course we would have ultimate control of our particular destiny at that
Yeah.
time. So, and I don't know if you told this. I'm so far I'm the only one that believes this, but I tend to have an economic background. I predicted the housing bubble 3 times in my
Yeah.
lifetime. Nobody listened to me.
Right.
And I'm not anyone of anything else. I just happen to be very lucky. I wish I could do that at the racetrack.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but that's not the case, which I don't go to racetracks anyway. So, but I truly believe that China's going to implode. They're making all the right economic moves to implode.
Yeah.
And at that point, the world economies, other than some very rare small countries, like I told you, Yugoslavia, there's several
Yeah.
more. There's a lot in South America.
Mhm.
There's hundreds of them. That there's names of countries that we don't even know of or can pronounce
Right.
in Eastern Europe. It's amazing. There's people that it will not change their life. It's kind of like the scripture or the saying, the meek will inherit the earth.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. So what's your take on Greece? Because I've gotten 2 different speculative dates. One has already passed, which was February 21st. Now they're saying March 21st is when they're going to come up again for default. What do you think? It'd happen sooner than March 21st, or?
Dave, I sometimes I look at my own situation, and I wonder about my own default, and for whatever reason, that date keeps getting extended. I think the same thing's happening in Greece. I don't know. Germany wants to step aside. They're pretty much a predominant economy right now.
Yeah.
UK wants to step aside, but they're in there talking, and what will be will be. Only thing I want to do is move to a small Greek island and retire there, small one.
Yeah.
It'll be probably the first to go into Sami, but
Yeah.
it will go fast. But
Yeah, exactly.
Greeks are wonderful people. We have a very dear friend of ours that is totally Greek. I love the Greek festival here in Denver. They're wonderful. They're very gracious people. They're very kind. They're accommodating. Their food's good. Their ouzo will make you see things.
Oh yeah, it'll make you see vapor trails after one shot.
Well, actually, it's taken a few more for me, but yeah, basically you're right.
Well, anything that you can throw into a saucepan and light on fire while you're sautéing shrimp is, pretty. That'll make you see vapor trails quick.
I'm trying to be kind here. Not to Dave, but I come up with some thoughts, which is,
Yeah.
but I'm going to leave those alone. But I give them the Greek people. I don't know about this Asteria. I don't know anything. That probably, in the most part, first off, nobody will let them completely fail. It's
Yeah.
almost like the car bailouts. Look what Ford did versus, GM's done well. But they didn't require bailout. Look what the airlines did in the 80s. They claimed bankruptcy, and almost all of them either bought each other up,
Yeah.
or they're still here. There's others that have disappeared, but they were bought up.
Yeah, but you see, that's this whole blamer thing that I disagree with. Oh, we're too big to fail. No, I don't think so. I think if you make the wrong business decisions and you make the wrong policy decisions, you're supposed to fail, and that's how you can rebuild it to make it better. Agree or disagree?
Well, look at Williamton, Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the prime example that it can work without a government. It's the people there, two churches that that merged together.
Yeah.
It's a food bank and a lot of hard work, and they barter.
Oh, yeah.
There's no money. There's very little money, if at all, that passes hands. So, and there's other states that, here we go. You asked me about the latest and greatest. Wyoming, believe it or not, is secretly and this, look it up, you'll find it.
Yeah.
They are making their own currency and putting it into a vault.
Oh, wow.
On top of that, they are gonna take all federal lands and everything and take complete control of it and leave it alone. They have enough gas to last them for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Oh, yeah.
They do also produce oil, but more natural gas. And believe it or not, I haven't been able to figure this out, but they also are putting money away to buy an aircraft carrier.
An aircraft carrier.
Out
Wow.
of Wyoming.
Wow.
Now, where they place that, I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Republic of Texas. Well, I'm going to call them the Republic of Texas because they are their own nation in itself, it seems like. They're the only thing that I've seen in the United States that really hasn't been affected by all this, except for like maybe Austin and some of the bigger cities that have higher liberal population. But there's been rumors circulating around for ever since Blamer came into power that they would secede from the Union and start their republic again. And guess what? Colorado is actually was part of their republic at one time. We were part of the territory of Texas. So if they do secede, I wouldn't be surprised if they swallowed up the whole Southwest.
Well, Dave, it goes further than that. We were actually also a part of Mexico.
Yeah.
And the Mexicans went as far north as San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
But that was derived because of the Spanish.
Yeah.
They were on the run, and the French were right behind them.
Yeah.
So that's where the Spaniards ended up being.
Yeah.
And that's how France populated Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's but look at France today.
Oui, monsieur. Yes, I like me croissant and sitting in a coffee shop and discussing nothing.
Dave, I'm learning French, don't you?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You just said you have a rabbit in your foot.
How do you say that in Russian?
I'm working on that one. That's going to take a little time. Only one, French alone is so difficult. You could say a particular word with a certain tone behind it.
Yeah.
But you could say it with a different tone, and the same word means something entirely different. So, but Russian and Ukrainian and most of Eastern Europe, they do not have vowels.
Right.
They don't use them. They don't have them.
Oh, wow. Well, it's like I like German because German's so easy for English-speaking people to learn because a lot of the English words came out of German and also the Romanic languages. But, German, it's house in German is Haus.
Mm-hmm.
Katzehaus, cat house,
Yeah, well, it's not,
it's Hund.
When he learns Chinese, I'll just say, what Chinese? And then when he's done with dinner, I'll call it Hong Chow.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I guess that, the only thing I could agree on universally is music's a universal language.
Yes, and it always will. But actually, there's two of them: music and nudity.
Yeah, pretty much. Every culture understands that, with the exception of the Islamo-fascists, because they put their women in burqas. But
Well, we're all naked without our clothes on.
yeah, that's true. But if you're a woman and you're naked out in public in a Islamic country, they'll stone you to death. Which in America, if you go to the Occupy movement, you'll see naked women everywhere.
Well, the problem with naked women in the United States is not the matter that they're naked. We get arrested for just looking at a naked woman.
Yeah, because it's political correctness. Again, that's the problem. PC is killing us. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, man. Pull the ripcord. I'll be off on a Furman rant again.
Well, if you want to possibly imagine your possible worst nightmare, just imagine Nancy Pelosi naked.
Oh man, well, talk about a horror show, man. You could probably charge admission to that one.
No, they'll give you money just to attend.
Yeah, or give you money not to attend. No, please, just get her off the screen. God.
Sometimes it makes you wonder. It doesn't make us wonder, but I'm sure it'll make you wonder that both Dave and I belong to the same church, and we live by God's ways. We've learned a lot. Me probably more because I've been more ignorant to God than Dave has.
Yeah.
Dave's very much in tune, and his beautiful wife is very, very much in tune. But
yeah.
Believe what you want, but we live His way. We don't break the 10 Commandments, unlike Obamaville, but
yeah, exactly.
And or the Constitution, which has nothing. Well, actually, it does have something to do with the Constitution. It has something to do with our religious beliefs. It allows us to believe whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the atheists taking crosses off of war memorials and the Stars of David off of tombstones, they're actually imposing on our religious beliefs.
Okay, you asked me what the latest is.
Yeah.
Now it is being put through the House, and you could guess who is putting it through the House, that the soldiers cannot pray.
Oh, okay.
And
so another verminous Nancy Pelosi, Harry S. Reid. Oh, okay, we're going to take religion out of the Army now.
Yes.
Oh, that's just friggin' great.
We've already attempted to try, and a lot of schools are complying, which is, you wonder about our society right now.
Yeah.
It all starts with our children.
Yeah.
Because they are the adults of the future. They'll be the leaders of the future. Hopefully, but they need something to believe in, and we've taken that away from them. The only thing they're being told to believe in is, guess who?
Obama or the state. That's it. The communist, Marxist doctrine, and which is what I discussed before Dean got here in the last segment. I was going over what God's list was for us. I had a list of demands from Occupy Wallstreet, which we went over first. And then I went over the average American's list, counteracting the Occupy Wallstreet. And then I threw God's list on top of it. God's list is simple. It's the 10 Commandments, and then to stop killing babies, and to stop making a mockery of marriage, to stop this craziness. Because right now we're under judgment, folks. That's what it is.
And unfortunately, that is not up to God to stop it. It's up to people.
Yeah.
And it's up to people that believe in God. We are supposed to do His work. We do it for Him. That's what God is all about. He works through us with other people. And somehow we have to stop the nightmares around the world. And right now, which I pray for every night, is I am tired of hearing of innocent people in Syria being slaughtered like cattle.
Yeah.
There's one thing about cattle. It's quick.
Yeah.
They don't care in Syria if it's quick or not. You might get winged by a bullet, and 2 or 3, 4 seconds later, perhaps the next day, the next bullet is right on.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.